Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Let's Play King's Bounty, the Legend, Win of a Fight, and the Legendary Warrior. We only get the runes when we talk to him again. And we'll have to do the same fight again. The only difference this time is that the enemy will have more forces than before. But it will be exactly the same from the rest. He'll be older, more capable, not that capable though. But when you look at his forces, boy, he has a lot. He has about 8,000 lake fairies, 7,000 sprites, 1,000, nearly 1,500 of the imps, 900 archers, so double the number we have. Oh boy, oh boy. Basically double the number of wool we have. We should be very, very careful with what we cast and what we use, because we only have to train oh, it's called the slam, the reptile guy. The rest is all in control. So the question is, whom do we hit? We have no counter-strike, so we can go crazy. We can go bananas on these guys. We have the higher initiative. They have over 2,000 dryads. Holy hell. That is a lot of dryads. Double the number. It's basically always double the number. So I see it. Okay, that's how it is. That should do damage a lot, because technically it is stronger the more, the bigger the stack. We did 9,000 damage. That's okay. But I mean, this is 36,000 damage. So you get my point, honestly. This is just insane. We can use our Doom again, because that is something that works relatively well against them. Although our critical hitting chances are high anyway, because of the high morale. We do 46,000 damage and these guys are still alive. How is that even possible? We should not attack. No, we should not. We could double shoot them. They do 10,000 damage. That's quite okay. 19,000. Not that bad for the small guys. They do the best they can. We should be more dooming. Doom and gloom. Technically, we could perhaps kill them. Again, this fight is not nearly as hard as it looks. Normally it should be really, really hard, because they do exactly the same troop as you do, or place the same troops as you do. But then again, you can use that so terrifyingly to your advantage. That's insane. We're just waiting because we want them to lose their turn, and then we shoot them to smithereens. That's basically the idea. We did crit 11,000 damage. That's not bad for these guys. They do the best they can. Throwing fireballs is an option now because they're awake anyway. Would not make any difference. And look at that. It's not enough to take them down. Oh boy. That's how it is. Can she do it? Yes, she can. 11,000 right on the nose. Beautiful. We should take those out to have the highest possible initiative. 38,000 damage. Insane numbers here again. Insane numbers. Question is what to... Well, yeah, that would work. Black hole would work technically, because we can't use the reptile slan anyway, so we cannot use the rage anyway on anything else, because this is the... I think this is the second last fight, not the last one, but the only one before the end. And he lives. You're kidding me. There is no way in hell this guy lives. Okay, we really have to renew. Oh, I don't know. I have enough mana, but I think I have one more scroll of this. Ta-da! That's the reason you keep scrolls. For situations like this. Good. Not sure they can evade if they're asleep. I think they can't. Beautiful. They lose all their turn, and they're dead. Nice work. Even nicer work. Beautiful. All set and done. 105,000. But we didn't get enough to level up, and 3 runes of each type that we do not really need, because we have all the runes we need. We're happy. We're totally perfect. Question remains. We need another army now. This is not an army for the end fight, because even though this can do a lot of damage and they're fast as lightning, most of the enemy dragons in the last fight are dragons. And most of our guys do magic damage. Not as many as you think, because when you play the later games, most of these guys do magic damage, but in this game, not all of them do. Damage types are a little bit. For example, the Fire Spider in the later games will do fire damage. In this game, I think they do physical, as well as the Cerberus that does normally fire damage. Here it does physical. So I have to keep that in mind. The question is who we want to take with us. Good questions, good. I'm trying to find a way to place all these. Yeah, I had to re-record the sound because my voiceover died. Well, the recording didn't work with the voice. So, of course, we want the demons because the demons are king. From a damage perspective, just from a damage perspective, of course, the skeleton archers are king because they can do the most damage in my eyes. When you do the dragon arrows on them and they ignore everything and everything, you know, like resistance and defense, they're just killing everyone. They shoot dragons like there is no tomorrow. They won't even break into sweat. The dagger doesn't do that much at this point. Question is, do we have a better armor? Not really. We're not doing any ranged combat, so using the telescope will not do anything. We could think about using the other sword or the armor of the dwarves, but that doesn't work on demons. So that's kind of a thing. Not all the enemies in the end fight will be dragons, though. There will be ogres, there will be giants, and there will be ents. Ents are primarily damage sponges, if you ask me. Yeah, they can do their little range attack with the wasps, and that's all annoying, but it's not really game-changing. We could go the X tree and just try to get dwarves in insane numbers, because they're using axes, so technically that would work. However, there are other X fighters, or enemy fighters armed with axes, that can do a lot of damage, like barbarians and berserkers. As we're fighting dragons, the knights... Interestingly, the knights are not the guys on the horses. These are called horsemen. The knights are the one with the two-handed swords. Well, that's how the game calls them. The dryads, always a staple, are not a staple in this fight, obviously, because they only work up to level 3. And all the enemies we will engage in the last fight are level 5, or tier 5. With that being said, technically they're still useful because they can do the strike without counter-strike, no retaliation attack. They're fast as lightning, but only if you've got the ring, by the way. Only if you've got the ring. If you're not using the ring of the ladies, they're not that effective. They're really bad at combat without the ring because they don't have the initiative and they don't have the speed. So... else can we send? Good question, good question. Still trying to find a place to put all my forces. Oh, of course, there is the Dread Knights. Black Knights? I think they're called Black Knights. I always call them Dead Knights because they're undead knights. But technically I think they're called Black Knights. We can place these here, we can place these here, they're no longer needed. Yes, we could take the Globe of Defense and fight the owner for the Iron Skin or Stone Skin spell. But that's not a cut it anyway. However, really good fighters, of course, are the undead. You could technically go for skeletons as well, due to the numbers. Just play the numbers game, you know, you've got 3,000 skeletons, they will do insane amounts of damage. If your hero has a high attack, which we have. Only problem is that they're glass cannon. Yes, the smaller the stack, or the lower hit points, the small groups, tier 1 groups, they do more damage than the higher ones normally, in total numbers, but they're more fragile. They react very, very bad on damage. Yeah, the Super Knights. They're really called Knights. Horsemen would be an idea as well. We could go the Guardsman tribe, but the commander only works on bowmen and swordsmen, so it would only make sense to take these in, and they increase the morale, but the morale for the humans is high anyway, because we've got the two, what is it called, batons of leadership, that gives 1,000 leadership each, so not really helping any. The last fight is against really high units, high tier units. So what is the best to kill those? Cannot really fight it on par. So if they bring dragons, you bring dragons. That doesn't really do anything because you do no damage to them, they do no damage to you. And then the guy that casts the better spells wins, basically. Even though most dragons are not very damageable with spells. Of course, you could go totally bunkers, take the 2 belts of the spiders, build a spider army with the 4 spider types. That's an idea. You could go totally bananas and build an animal army with the 2 druid stuffs, and then go for hyenas, bears, polar bears, ancient bears, and griffins, for example. You're fighting on very, very enclosed spaces, so technically, you don't have to worry about maneuvering. The enemy will come to you. The only problem is the initiative. You will most likely lose the initiative and take a lot of damage before it even starts. This is a hell of a lot of barbarians, and they've got axes, and they got a bonus to critical hit anyway, thanks to their ability of berserking. The only problem is you have no control over these freaks. None whatsoever. They just go bonkers if you activate their ability. And then they just run around and do what they think is best, which is not always best. Not a fan of that. If you've got the snake boots, for example, or 2 of them better, so to speak, you could build a snake army. Totally possible as well. Because there are 3 types of snakes. Would work. Demons against dragons, not so much. I mean, you take less damage because we've got fire immunity, and the red dragon and the black dragon both use fire. So, kind of works. However, you're not doing that much damage either. The demons will do damage against everyone, everywhere. Not so much, actually, as you might think, because demons do extra damage against tier 1 to 3 units. Not so much against hires, but it is still outrageously enough. They have high defense, they have high life points, they have good resistances. They do beautiful. We need to buy the rest of the Death Knights, or Black Knights, and then we have to decide what else we take to the fight. So many options. Maybe I should do an extra recording just, you know, trying the Spider Army, trying the Snake Army, trying the Dwarven Army, trying Human Army, trying whatever. Just all the ideas in my head just to build them in the end fight. We have items for most. I mean, we have taken the runes as payment, not the shield. When you've got the scroll from the pyramid, you can either give it to the humans for gold. Oh boy, you can give it to the elves for runes, which is 10 each. That's great. Although, as you've seen, we have a lot of runes left. Or you can go totally bananas and give the scroll to the dwarves, and they will give you the shield of the dwarves, which is, insanely enough, plus 8 defense, if I remember it right, and minus 20% leadership on all dwarves. Now, there is also a weapon that reduces the leadership of all dwarves by 10%. So that's quite amazing. Could build a Marauder pirate army with the belts of the pirates. I mean, that's +5. We could wear 2 belts. You can wear 2 shoes. You can wear the flag of the pirates. There is, I think, even a weapon that increases their abilities. But that's a real glass cannon problem there, because they will do a lot of damage, but they will not take a lot of damage. Yeah, it's Black Knights. So, fine. Fine with me. Where is my damn boat? I have such a tendency to forget where my boat is. I always forget about my boat. This guy is Dark Commander, so all undead gain +1 morale technically. However, that doesn't really work. That is somehow, I'm not sure if it's broken or something, but it doesn't really affect or work as much as you might think it does. On some humans, they're undead, but it's still no bonus to morale for some reason. Kind of strange, that they have a morale bonus since they're undead. Skeleton warriors! I mean, they're impressive damage dealers. Like, really, really good. But you have to keep in mind that it is because of the numbers. Sorry for me being tired. It's been a long day. After that, I cleaned the house. Oh. A lot to do as always. So we could go with this army and just crash them, but I think we should take the opportunity to take the... I'm not happy with the dwarves, because they're not getting benefits from anyone. We would have to wear the armor of the dwarves and maybe equip the weapons and all that to really make them function. And I think the barbarians will do better, simply due to the fact that they are so numerous. You can really have a lot of them. So I think we'll take them. Funny, there is an angry blue sun on that tent. Decided not to buy them. Okay. Whatever. Kind of lost where I was going. We have the skeletons. I think we wanted the berserkers, not the barbarians. We could actually use both because both are using axes, so both would technically work. And they would get the bonuses from the axe as well as the dwarves, so the dwarves would work as well, and the dwarves are hardy. They're good at taking damage. The only problem is the damage output is too low to be really impressive. Pirates do not really make sense. Pirates get a big bonus on ships. But we're not fighting... Well, technically we're fighting on an... Are we fighting on a ship? We're fighting on the back of a turtle that is in the ocean of stars. So you could argue that it is a ship of a kind. In later iterations of the game, the griffins are dragon killers. Not making this up. They've got the bonus of dragon killing, as well as the royal griffins have. And you can make nice armies out of this. They're good items for griffins that work pretty well. They're very mobile. Okay, in taking damage. They have this ability that they always counter-strike like the demons do. And you can keep them really active with the time, turn back time thing. So that's not the worst. That's not the worst. Is it perfect though? They're not that hard-hitting. You can get a lot of them with the Griffin banner, so that makes some kind of sense. What the heck am I doing? I'm getting old. Off to the pirates. Oh, we're not here for the pirates. We're here for the berserkers and stuff. This ship is too slow. Devilfish would be an idea, but they're susceptible to fire, so... no, that's a bad idea. Although they're animals, so technically with the druid staff, they would work. There's a lot of animals in the game, by the way. So druid staff may be an answer. Berserkers! You don't have to activate their berserk ability. They have that always on. Which means in comparison to the others, you cannot ever control these guys. They will always be doing what they do. Nothing you can do about that. They will just go bananas every time. Nothing can stop them. Cannot mind control them. Not sure you can put them to sleep. I don't think you can. Because they're just always nuts. Hooray! Yeah, beholders, red beholders, the yellow beholders, very good in all fights but the end fight. Because against dragons, that's the wrong choice. Keep in mind that in the later iterations of the game, like Armored Princess and so on, there are more beholders. There's the undead beholder, there's the, I think it's a black beholder or something. There's 4 types of beholders. So, Yeah, there's quite something going on. Can do a lot of interesting stuff with these guys. In this game, when you take them over with the rat beholders, you can only tell them to attack another stack. You cannot directly take them over. Why is that an important difference? If you could take them over, you could sacrifice them with the sacrifice spell. The units that you've taken over, of course, I mean. And that's a good ability. Requires mana, but not as much mana as, for example, if you would try to take someone over with Hypnotize and then next turn try to sacrifice him, or make a mage character and then cast it twice. So in one round you can 3 times in a row, or 3 times in a battle, you can cast 2 spells in one turn. So you would open up with Hypnotize and then the dagger, then the dagger again, and then sacrifice dagger again, and then Hypnotize again. Because I think it lasts 2 turns. So I think we have problems again working on it. Damn it. This system is going to kill me. Anyway, we're collecting barbarians and berserkers. I think berserkers are the ones, barbarians are the ones missing. Good. So now this is an army axes, swords, and axes. We could switch out the knights, for example, for the dwarves. On the other hand, though, the knights are in because they're dragon killers. They get a bonus to fight dragons. And the dark knights are in because they're simply awesome. Every time they get attacked, they get stronger. Every time they attack, they get stronger. I think they only get the bonus when they attack. I think in the later games, it's that every time they get attacked, they get stronger. This time, I think they're only getting stronger if they attack themselves. However, awesome units. Really good at taking it right to the face. So we now basically have the army we need to win the end fight. We could have won the end fight with our own army, with our normal army as well. But it would not have been that much style. And yeah, we want to go out in style. That takes a lot of time, which is bad, because all this traveling around takes time. Time is bad in the end when you get your rating, because the longer you take, the worse is your rating. Increasing the difficulty only gives you 2% more points. So if you play it in super easy and rush through it, you will get more points than if you do it in high difficulty, which is kind of strange. But hey, that's it. That's how it plays. So this game is so good, whatever I say, forget it. This thing is right. If I say left, this game says right, go right. So time to go to... Is there anything else we can do, I wonder? I ponder if there is anything else I can do. But I don't think so. We're completely ready to go to the Elven Realm and beat the living crap out of the evil dragon. Haas, I think is his name. Haas? No, that's spelled differently. But do you know that there is Hass in German? Which means hatred, or Haas in the meaning of rabbit, but it's well, not the same spelling anyway. I'm not sure if they're going for German Hass or Hase. Unknown. But it's just his name, and it sounds familiar. We bypass the labyrinth immediately because we've already killed all the iterations of this guy. His the things that he spun off his soul, like Horcruxes from Harry Potter. This game is a lot older than Harry Potter, by the way. Yeah, we're absolutely ready to go. We could equip. We have a lot of runes left. 25 red, 9 green, and about 20 blue. So we've got more than we need in runes. This is really great army and an absolutely fantastic ship, considering that orcs build it. And this guy, fun fact, is not big and strong because he's for fighting. This super orc in the middle is the guy who steers the ship, because they think the bigger you are, the better you can steer. Which, of course, makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. I mean, if they can build jet engines, they should be able to build a steering system that is not built on speed, on strength. But hey, what do I know? We cannot really disequip the ring, because that thing has 300 leadership. And on the other hand, it's not the best ring, because guess what? It is mainly for female troops, and we have not a single female troop in the entire force. So that's kind of useless. We're taking the potions way too early, because we have to fly, and then we have to talk, and then, you know, it's not like instant anyway. The big guy. Come on, you can do it. So we must stop Haas. We have to save the world. Yes, please. So he says we go into and they will talk to each other what to do, and the conclusion is relatively simple. We go and kick that guy. So his name is Bagud. That's the giant guy. And he is there basically just to steer the thing. He's the pilot. That's the reason he's got the goggles on his head. Yeah, I could have figured that out, that he's not a fighter. Because he's not really looking any fighterish, and his army wasn't that strong to begin with. Yeah, and there we go. As it seems, it can lift off anyway, straight, so why does it even have wheels? And it can fold them in. Would you believe that? This guy has no idea what he's doing. He's not really good at flying. He just crashed the ship. And by the way, we're now standing on the head of the turtle. This is a turtle's head, because this turtle swims through the ocean of the stars, and on her back the world rests. My father sent you, my father. He sent many knights. Save me. You must have a white magic horse and a long sword. That's what will save the fairy tales. Sorry, but your father didn't have a prince at the time, so I have to manage with me. I will fly away and ask your dad to send someone else. No, we're not mean. We're the nice guys, right? Are we the nice guys? Of course we are. Come on. Be nice. And you save me and bring home, I'll ask Dad to make you a prince. He will give you a white horse and a long sword, and then everything will be like in a fairy tale. You're going to save me, aren't you? Of course I save you. And your huge ship... Oh, that is Haas, by the way. That is the Chief Justice here. Guests, what are you doing? Do you want to see me how I destroy the world? The show will be unforgettable. You sent a big army. That's good. Many warriors, much food, and are very hungry. But tell me how you can fly... Taken that flying machine from the orcs. The orcs were kind enough to lend me the archer plane, so I could get to you. Told them everything about death, and did you serve him? Stupid orcs, vile primitive half-wits. Should have burned them all. I should have. Such Seth patronizes them, and we must do his bidding. So, you've managed to get to Morok. Have you gone through my labyrinth? Yes, and it was the only way. Could you have really killed my incarnations, which are created by Seth, took out the labyrinth? Nobody can have been able to pass through my possessions alive. I thought your miserable copies to be unconquerable? Well, sorry to disappoint you, they're as mortal as you are. Are you threatening me? Take a look around, human. You've cut off from the world. You have nowhere to escape. You have nowhere to escape, sir. I will kill you, and then I'll kill Endoria, and the world must die so that Seth may be free. And he will conquer the world and make me king, and then everything will be mine. Yeah, and now we're gonna kick his butt. I mean, understand that the dragons get here by flying, but how did the giants, the ogres, and the ents get here? That's the big question. And his stats, by the way, are not even that impressive. 25, 25, 15. Yeah, that's okay, but okay doesn't mean really, you know... extremely super powerful. And the army is not bigger as from the others. We of course split up immediately because most of these guys can do AoE damage in some form or hit 2 guys in a row, and we don't want that to happen. That would be bad. Not that these guys have any chance. And look at the speed. The barbarians are faster than anyone else. And boom! First dragon down, 14 on the nose. That's kind of stupid because now he can hit 2, but he doesn't. He goes for the knights. Impressive. I go for his life. Even more impressive. Yeah, you're not that strong, buddy. Another problem. Ooh, the damage. Look at that damage. Yes, we kill everyone with one go, but we just lost how many berserkers? 111. That is a hell of a lot. That's just more than 10%. We do Dragon Slayer, although there are not that many dragons left, to be real honest. Okay, let's please turn back time, I think would be wise. Yeah, maybe they hit me again, then it's not that wise. Oh, that was hard. 135 killed, oh my god, they're really kicking these guys' butts. Yeah, they're glass cannons. Another 135 dead. Just murder this guy. I think the dwarves would have fared a little bit better when it comes to taking it to the face. Yeah, that's my boys. That's my boys. No, ooh. Nobody does it like my guys. Okay, we should go totally bananas and then... Yeah, let's go bananas. Problem is we lose total control of our forces, but they lose total control of their life. So, I guess fair. And I think we should really, really turn back time on our barbarians. Because, you know, oh boy. They did lose big time. We should kill the giants. Oh, we can do the round attack. We'll not kill that many because we're shrunken. So we're not doing that much damage anyway. But it's better than nothing. Whoa. Yeah, against dragons he really does it. 7,000 damage! Holy hell! That is impressive. I cannot cast turn back time. I could do the... Yeah, that's not that bad because that's actually quite a lot of damage. I mean, 10,000 damage with a spell. Hard to get with anything else. Then, of course, your most beloved spell. Ooh, they take nearly no damage. Impressive. Yeah, their hide's so thick. Yeah, it didn't help them. Ooh, they're still alive. Oh boy. Didn't see that coming. That's a gamble. Technically, we could do charges and hope that the charges are in the right places that allow us to move through the enemy. But this will give us another turn, which can also be useful. Sadly, we have already used our super movement. I hope that the giant will move closer, but he didn't. Ah. Fine by me. Murder them! Someone's trying to reach me. Yeah, go berserk. I mean, they can only reach the Ogres anyway. The question is, how tough are the Ogres? Ooh, they're tough. Ogres are tough, guys. No, don't fire! Ah, idiot. Yeah, that's 1,300 damage. Just try to think how much damage I could have done if he just gave one of my units another turn. That would have been absolutely insane in terms of damage. But, you know, it is what it is. Ouch. Yeah, that's my boys. We somehow need to reduce... Oh, we could reduce the defenses on the Ogres. That would be an idea. Or we could do Pain Mirror. That kills 3. Nah, that does nearly no damage. That's not really going to cut it. Oh, sheep. That's an interesting idea. The main problem here is to reach the enemy. The problem is, even with teleport, I don't think we're fast enough because he walks 3, so he can reach. Not enough, no critical. Ah, come on. Yeah, down he goes. And that's it for them. I think they're dead now. Yep, they are. That's it for Haas. No problem. Killed and done. Losses, yeah, but we didn't fight to have no losses, so I'm okay with that. At least the villain is dead. Rise up. I want to see, take a closer look at my savior. Wow, and Doria herself has paid. Daring, not common. Strong. You're worthy of being called savior of the world. And this just what you have become. And I thank you, human. Thank you for saving my divine child. Thank you for saving my life. That's the turtle we saved in the beginning, the smaller one. Oh, you can see the eye of the turtle in that down there. See that? That's her eye. Thank you for saving my child. It will grow up and become a whole world, and also drift in the expanses of the boundless ocean. Do not be afraid. I will repay you. Although your flying machine is broken, I will bring you and the divine child home. Thank you. How about your wounds? Will they heal after a long time? He was wounded? She was wounded? What? Time means nothing. Take the whirl and go home. My power is great, yes, but I cannot rule the fate of the gods' creations. I must not interfere. I'm a home, a whole world for little creatures of the gods. Yes, she's my child. That's the turtle we saved. It happened when Shaman Kara learned of coming ruin of the world. He managed to find an egg, which in the new world was born, retrieved it from the depths of the ocean, and tried to overwhelm the little Gaia. Gaia, a world that had not been born. You saved her, most grateful. Would have controlled her and created a new world? Of course not. The silly shaman did not understand was Grainer was far too young. Many thousands of years will pass before she becomes a great turtle capable of carrying a world in the great ocean. Can you fulfill wishes? I would like a couple. The greatest of the Titans, Seth, spark of the creation, talent to use it. One day he called down the wrath of gods by breaking the laws which they had created. Seth found a means of life to give creatures beyond their natural death. Thus he created the dead world. Having created his own world where death has no power, he could not outwit the gods, but himself became equal to gods. The gods punished the Titans and destroyed everyone except Seth himself. I do not blame Seth for his attempt to kill me. He has his own way. He challenged the god to give their creatures eternal life. Maybe he considered that to be right. Aha. Do I look some kind of fairy? Offer up a prayer to the temple to address the god or find Graal. You're a searcher, aren't you? The Grail. Ah, you are a searcher, aren't you? Okay, I'll take the child. We're ready. Oh, she's all boo-hoo. I saw how you killed the angry dragon. Now we'll fly to my deck and that in that big thing. Unfortunately, this thing can't fly anymore. Talk to Endora. I talked to her too. She's very smart. She was quieting me and telling me fairy tales. But she talks slow and very long. I got sleepy before the story started. Also, Endora said that God loves me because I'm a child of a god, right? Daddy always said that I'm a good girl. And when I grow up, I'll become very, very pretty and smart queen. That is true, at least a princess. My father said so, and my father never tells a lie because my father is the king. You better hold tight and close your eyes. And close your mouth too, otherwise a bird might fly into it. Are we going to be catapulted? Already back home, I didn't have time to close my eyes. Look, Daddy's castle. Yay! We made it! Glad to see you in health and some bright Religia. You have certainly deserved it, Keldonova. Recently, I've talked to the gods a lot. Okay, she's happy too. I pray as you told me. Flew to a big ship and rescued me from an evil dragon. Oh, we're such good guys. And nobody minds the demoness I have with me. Be praised! Finally you heard my prayers. But how, when? Seems to me during these great days you have become you have had a lot of amazing adventures and like to know more of them. Not in the form of divine version that requires 3 fasting days. We can tell that. He's not very talkative, the night guy. King Mark. Horrible dragon torturing me. But I didn't cry. You can believe me. Well, maybe just a little. And the orcs. They're not evil. They're good. Uncle Bottom Toad made me a doll. Emily, behave in a manner befitting to a princess. And take your finger out your mouth. Don't be ill-mannered. My unfailing friend, I would like to hear your account immediately. Yay! The great turtle. He doesn't understand any of this. These words confuse my mind. But I wish to thank you for rescuing my daughter in your world. You feel deserved, immortalized in legend and ballad. That's the reason it's called the legend. Tomorrow the central square will be seen a marble statue. Wait, they can make a statue of me in one day? Are they going to petrify me? Your account about Dendori changes all ideas about the world system. Scientists and cartographers will be in great confusion. Apart from my color Carl, of course, he was right all the time. I don't know, my kin, but I saw but one. But quite possibly there are more. Anything's possible. So he will send me out to other adventures. Sadly, well, it didn't happen on screen because there is not a game where you are this guy and go to other places. I think the next is the princess. But technically, you are away because you are going after other dimensions or islands, so to speak. That's the reason they sent the princess around. She's sent out to find you, basically. Good friend, faithful knight, I prove no... Yeah, that's a royal will. Congratulations, first world searcher. First we were the treasure seeker, now we're the world searcher. Let us organize a feast in your honor. Yay! I need nothing more. You have more important concerns? The feasts are not important for me before the ground. You must understand that even insignificant peasant from the distant village would be pleased for you. And for that moment he'll forget all his troubles. And our enemies now, if we're cheerful, our morale is strong. And there will be peace in our lands, and the people will be happy. Go and think on my words. Okay. Yay! Victory! We never used any of these guys except for the guy with the two-handed sword. Well, the archers at some point. Point taken, point taken. Oh, we're only part 3. Why is that? We have more runes than anyone else. We had more leadership. We had more battles, more quests completed, higher level, better stats. But we took so long. That's the point. That's the point. We took too long. He did it in 30 days. We did it in 68. So that's the problem. Well, don't care. We did good. And I hope you liked it. I sure as hell did. Amazing. Amazing. Crystals, okay. Yeah, he got less crystals than we have, and he's a mage. Well, he gets a discount from his skills. Yeah, that's true. But look at this guy. I mean, we had clearly more than he has, and he's better in rating than we are. You don't get points for vice, right? Do you? I hope not. Record is game days, yeah. More difficulty level. Hero level and completed quest. Oh, the hero level and completed quest gives 2%. Difficulty level is important. Okay, I was wrong there. It is the quests that only count for 2% per quest. But we've got 102 completed. So that's 204% more points. Where the other guy has only 85, 2 times 170 times bonus experience, 170% bonus experience. So we're okay. We're pretty good, I guess. We're good. Yeah, the ration. The ration is the problem. 20 hours, and we took 55 hours. Oh my god. That's 55 hours and 25 minutes of my life, not counting this, what I'm doing, but I regret none of that. I regret not a single point that I spent or a single minute that I spent here. This was great. Really, really great. And we've got a good point. Good score. There's nothing to say about that. That's really okay. Most used units? Most effective units, not most used, most effective. They were not that good at training their rage spirits. We actually were almost perfect. And our losses in comparison were really low. I mean, these guys lost legions of troops. And we lost 1 legion of troops, because 1 legion, Roman legion, is about 5,000. So, doesn't care. Okay, I hope you like it, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!